Alright, so this is just going to be a quick tutorial on how to create an Arbiship account. So you can just click the link or go to the link that is shown on the screen or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to have it, but yeah, just do that, and then you will be dropped on this page and just click login. And that should get us to a place where we can create an account. Okay, don't have an account, sign up here. So you click on that. And we're going to fill out this information. As you know, I am using all fake information, but you would use your real information, and I'm using the same password for everything. But you would not do that. You'd use a real password, and you would make sure to save it in LastPass so that you can get back to it and know what it is and stuff. So, all right, so copy the email, password. So let's get the first and last name in here. Excellent. Don't need to have a phone number, but you can if you want. Orders per day, that's just for Arbiship to gather data, so you can just leave it blank. And check that you're not a robot. Let's see, traffic lights. Verify. Great. And register. Verification link was sent, so let's check the email here. Arbiship, verify your email. So click on that. Click on that. And ta-da! Account has been activated. So now we can go ahead and sign in. So right off the bat, this is what it looks like, and let me just explain how this works. So your username when you sign up is going to be right here, and they have the quick switch feature just like Yabali does. So if you have multiple eBay accounts, you'll have to have multiple Arbiship accounts, and then you can just quick switch between them. It's nice and easy and keeps all the accounts separate, makes it really easy to, see what's going on with which account, and stuff. But it'll ask for your name. I'll show you right here again on the sign up. When it asks for your name, that's what it's going to show right here. Your first and last name doesn't change very often. So if you have 10 eBay accounts, they're all going to look the same. So if you just enter something different, like for, on this one, I entered something different to tell me what my store name is. I basically just broke up my store name and put it as the first and last name instead of using my actual name, and that just makes it easy here. If you messed up and you used your name, you can just message support right here, and that'll pop up, and just say, hey, can you change my name to be this because I want it to be easier to switch. But that's just if you're doing multiple accounts, so we're just working on setting up one. So let's go ahead and click on over to settings, and we'll go to eBay. And so the PayPal fee percentage, that's correct right off. PayPal transaction fee is correct. Now, this is what you can set. So this is basically, now, some orders, if it's going to be a really expensive order, I want a person to look at it and make sure that the buyer is not trying to scam us on eBay or anything like that. And so that's what these two settings are for. So this is saying basically fill orders unless the price of the order is over $500. That's a bit steep for me, so I'm going to set this to like $55. So if it's an order that costs more than $55, I want a person to look at that and make sure we're not getting scammed. For, cheap people don't really scam you for cheap items that are less than that, but if it's $100, $80, somewhere in that range, yeah, you're going to want to be checking and making sure the buyers are legit and that they didn't just make a brand new account and they're, trying to run off with the item. So anyway, max price $55 here. Minimum profit, you could set it to 0, but I'd like, to make money on my orders, so I'm going to set that to $1. And that just means that if it finds an order and it's not going to be profitable for it to fill, we'd be losing money on it. This basically says if we're making less than $1, it just won't fill it and it'll let you handle it manually. So, I mean, you could even do 50 cents if you want or something like that, but I just do $1 because we're trying to make $2.50 at least on every sale. That's how we configured Yabali in the previous tutorial. So fallback phone number, this is just, it will try to use the buyer's phone number from eBay, but if the buyer doesn't have a phone number, then they'll use this one. So I usually just use my phone number, but you can also just use, this. So just fill that in with your phone number. I'm not putting mine in right there because that's just an extra thing for me to blur out in the video. Always use fallback phone number false. Then you're going to pick your time zone here. I'll just leave that where it is because I don't know what your time zone is. Mark items shipped immediately on eBay. True. So that's good. That makes eBay think that we're shipping stuff out right away, and that's really good. Now, auto-detect items. Now, do you remember how when we were doing Yabali, actually, I'll show you through eBay. It might be easier here. If I go to our active listings, notice how we have the ASINs. If you're noticing these items are seeming a bit low and not at 1,000, that's because I didn't want to wait for everything to finish posting. It's still posting here. But yeah, so These ASINs set as the custom label, that is how Arbiship knows what item to order. So as long as you have the Amazon ASIN set as your custom label, you can just set auto detect on and it'll be good to go. It'll know exactly what to order. But if you change these, which is a bad idea, don't do that. Or if you're not using the ASINs in here, then Arbiship will not know what to order and you have to add your records manually. So that I'll show you that later. But if you're doing it this easy way, then you just leave auto detect on true, you'll be good. Tracking upload. And then I'm not going to turn on auto ordering because we're going to do that last. That's the very last step here. But yeah, error notifications on, that's fine. If you have a LLC and you don't need to set up an LLC for dropshipping. Once you're making more than $1,000 a month from it, you're going to want to just because you'll save money on taxes. But if you have an LLC and you get tax exempt, you want to check this because that way it will calculate the lower prices that you're actually paying. But if you're not tax exempt, like most people starting off are not tax exempt and don't have an LLC, so you're just going to leave that as is. Don't check it or anything. We'll hit update. And now we can move on to Amazon settings. So we're going to click on here. I'm going to X out of this, but it's got some helpful info. This is where you would paste your Amazon email that you want to place the orders with and your Amazon password. And then also, I would recommend taking your phone number off of the Amazon account if you added it, because they might try to send you verification codes, and then that just gets annoying because it messes up Arbiship, and then you got to keep going back and forth. If you do want to do two-factor authentication, you can use this, but that's more complicated than this tutorial needs to be. So if you care, you can look on how to set it up. But email, password, and then take your phone number off your Amazon account if you ever added it, and you'll be good. I'm just coming through here because this is pretty easy, and I don't want to have to do a bunch of copy pasting. So credit card number. I haven't messed with gift cards. There's some sketchy things. People will be like, "Oh, you want to buy my gift card at a discount?" But a lot of the times you'll have weird things where like I'm just talking about people in drop shipping groups and things like that. They'll try to sell you discounted gift cards, but sometimes they're stolen gift cards. And, if it's a stolen gift card, then you could get in trouble and things, and they'll shut stuff down. So just use a credit card. Make it nice and easy. If you get the Amazon Prime 5% cashback credit card, they'll give you $70 just for signing up. If your credit's good enough to get it, $70 gift card to Amazon just for signing up. So that's basically straight money in your pocket. And then they'll also give you 5% cash back on everything you buy. So that's amazing because you can do 5% cash back on your business's revenue, So it is pretty dang realistic to, you start off a couple of these stores, making a decent amount of money, get your card, get it all running through there, and then you're going to be making $700 cash back or something like that, 500, 700, whatever. 5% of your business's revenue. And obviously with dropshipping, you have really high revenue. Your profit's a lower percentage of that. But the cashback card that gives you 5% is amazing because you're going to get 5% cashback on the revenue, not on your profit. So yeah, credit card, you just select that, put in your credit card number there, and there's more info at the bottom. I'm not sure why they have it separated out like that. But mark order as a gift, I'd say true, just to try to keep people from getting the invoice, and then just leave the gift message blank. That's fine. Everything comes wrapped in Amazon Prime packaging, but I've, sold thousands and thousands and thousands of items on eBay, and I've not had one complaint about stuff being wrapped in Amazon packaging and stuff. Buyers just don't care. Come down here, allow third-party shipments. I leave this to false, but notice there's all these weird extra fields, and it shouldn't be showing up if you have it set to false. So sometimes you have to set it to true, and then set it back to false, and then that gets rid of those extra fields that you don't need. So leave that on false, or, if you want to mess with it, you can, but I recommend false. Maximum handling days 2. Prime shipping, true. You do make sure in your Amazon account, you got to sign up for Prime. You don't have to pay a bunch of money up front, but you can subscribe to the 30-day trial and then set it to bill you at the monthly rate, which is $12 a month. You can search that. It's really easy, but you just go Amazon account, settings, Prime, set it to do the 12. So the first month is free with a trial, and then you can do your the bill me monthly option for $12 a month. So totally worth it. That's what lets us get stuff to the buyers so quickly. So true, enable order bundling. We're going to set that to false. That actually doesn't apply anymore. That used to be a workaround for add-on items, but it doesn't work anymore. So now auto save tax, true. Why not? Auto percentage, Enable address cleaning, true. If you don't turn this on, it's just going to, every single address of something you order gets added to your address in Amazon, and then it gets super full, really junky. You don't want to do that. So we'll leave that on true. Reduce Amazon tracking numbers, AMZL. Why not? They're not valid and accepted through eBay, so yes, let's reduce those. So this has to be the billing address on your credit card. Like I said, it's up here, but for some reason the rest of it's down here. I'm not sure why. So this should be your billing address, and I'm not going to enter that in because you don't need to know where I live, but you're going to enter all this information in for the billing address for your credit card, and then you've got the expiration date and all that good stuff, phone number, everything. And also in Amazon, you can have a default address. You want to have that match this billing address on your credit card. That's what Arbiship has said that they want you to do. And then, whenever it goes to place an order, it will make a new address, ship it to that address, and then remove that old address from your book. So then once you're done with all that, you can click Update, and that'll be good. You also want to click here to connect it to your Gmail. You can connect it to two if you want, but connect to your Gmail, and that's so that it can get the tracking number. So I'll click that real fast, blur all of this out, and we're just going to hit Allow. And that's just letting Arbiship be able to add those tracking numbers and stuff from Amazon. And we can move on. I'm just going to go through these one at a time and just explain stuff, but that was most of the settings. So AliExpress, there's nothing really important there. We're not going to do AliExpress. I would not recommend it. eBay's been cracking down on people who are drop shipping from China and then claiming that they're in the U.S. That's the big problem that they have with people. That's why you have to be a little careful now if you call eBay and you say that you're drop shipping. A lot of them think, oh no, you're trying to scam people and tell people it's going to be there in a couple days, but actually it's going to be a month and blah, blah, blah. So I just would stay away from AliExpress. It was, I got started learning how to do it with AliExpress, but for now, since, everything's shipping from China and eBay's not liking that right now, just stay away from AliExpress. Cashback, let's go there. Now, Cashback is wonderful. It's great. It's a lot of work to do manually, so I don't ever mess with it manually, but with auto ordering, heck yeah, totally do it. All you have to do is you make accounts at these websites, and I will have a link in the description here where you can click to use my affiliate link if you would like. But you just go ahead and you put in your email address, username, email address, whatever here, password, username, email address, password, username, password, and then you just check to enable the ones. In my experience, Be Frugal is the best and gives you the most, then Mr. Rebates, and then Shop at Home, but just do all of them. And then set your cashback frequency to 100% and hit update. And basically all that this does is whenever you go to place an order, these will try to get you extra cash back on the sales. And, maybe it's only 19 cents, 50 cents an order, but still that really adds up because you're going to be doing, many, many orders a day, getting a couple cents on all of them. It's usually enough to pay for your auto ordering here because you have to buy credits for auto ordering to work, but it's still way cheaper than doing it yourself or paying someone even to do it for you. So I'm going to save this right now because I'm not going to enter that, but yes, there are three here. Just make accounts. You can do all of them in less than an hour. Just boop, 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 enable. If you use the same email and password for everything, makes it for these three guys at least, it makes it easier. And it does take some time to be able to withdraw this money. It takes like a month or two, but still totally worth it. Free money in your pocket, why not? So let's come back down here to General. All right, and now these are just some extra features. None of them really apply for this stuff, so I'm just going to skip that. And now, remember when I talked about the auto detection of items? This is what you do if you don't have those. Now we do, but I'm just going to mention this just for the tutorial. So what you can do is you can add a record, and what you have to do is say, okay, this is the eBay item ID, so I'll just show you with one here. This is the eBay item ID right at the top there, so you'd copy that and then paste it here, and then you'd figure out the Amazon ASIN and just paste that here and click Add Record. And then you'll be good. And you can just ignore this variation part at the bottom. So that basically says when this item ID sells, order this ASIN. But since we already have the auto detection and everything set up properly through Yabuli, we don't even have to worry about that. Arbiship by default, when you make an account, you get 20 credits here, and each credit is basically for one order being filled. So this gives us 20, which means that, we can get 20 orders and we can have Arbiship fill 20 orders for us for free. And then we have to pay to top up our credit balance. So it is pretty nice because, you don't have to pay that much. And, with virtual assistants and stuff filling your orders, my costs for those people were usually about 60, 70 cents, something like that for each order. That's what I'd pay them in time, for them to be able to fill an order. Usually cost me about 60, 70 cents on average. But here, Arbiship is able to fill these orders for 25 cents an order. Or, if you go with the big pack, 18 cents an order. You can do whatever you want. The big pack is definitely a better deal. But if you're tight on money and you're just starting up or something, then you can definitely do this pack here. But, this is obviously the best plan if you can swing it right off. Also, do you remember in Yably when we were in settings and we were talking about add-on item support and everything like that and listing add-on items? This is one other thing that you definitely need to get if you ordered a list of items from drop-source.com. So you're going to want to make sure you've paid for add-on support. So all you have to do is click on this and then you just pay for it. And this is basically their workaround for being able to order add-on items. Which are items from Amazon that are supposed to be just you throw it in your cart. You've got 7 other things you're buying. You throw it in your cart to just get over that threshold where you can get free shipping, but they won't let you order an add-on item by itself. Arbiship has a workaround that will let you order just an add-on item by itself, which makes you very competitive and able to, a bunch of other dropshippers who are doing everything manually aren't able to order add-on items. So this is like a big game changer that you definitely want to pay for. So pay for add-on support, buy your credit packs, and you can wait till you need it too. You don't have to do it right off, but as soon as this gets to 0 or gets close, you're going to want to order this. So then you can just go here, arbiship.com/profit, and every 15 minutes, this just does a scan. It goes to your eBay listings, and it looks for new items that have sold. So let's check here. Now, I just listed stuff, nothing awaiting shipment yet. But what you would do is this would basically say, boop, one's awaiting shipment. And as soon as that happens, within 15 minutes, Arbiship checks, catches that, ooh, something's awaiting shipment. And then it will go to the ASIN, order the item using the credit card that you provided it with, and have it shipped to the buyer's address. And then if it was successful, it'll say success. And then once it has been shipped later on in a couple days and it's updated the tracking, it'll say shipped and it'll show you what carrier it was shipped with. So this Arbiship doesn't handle every single order, but it does at least 75-80% of the items it is able to ship. So Arbiship is great and amazing. Highly recommend. It's going to save you a ton of time. All right, so now that everything is set up and configured properly, we can go back to settings, eBay here. And then we're going to check enable auto ordering. I'm not doing it right now because I haven't added the actual Amazon password and stuff yet, but that will change this and it will not say ordering is disabled. It'll then be enabled. And whenever you get a sale, it'll pop in here and it'll try to order it. Usually it's pretty normal for Amazon to freak out and be like, oh no, it didn't work, or you need verification codes. And as long as you don't have a phone number on your account, it'll send it to your email. And then Arbiship can open the email, read the code, enter it, and everything will be good. But sometimes it can take a couple tries. And if it says like Amazon failed, there was an issue, all you have to do is just come back settings, eBay, and then you just check enable auto ordering again. And then it will be good and stuff. And if you ever want to turn off auto ordering, you just uncheck that. But very easy. If you need help configuring any of that stuff, the people right here on support are great and able to help. So yeah, anyway, that is how you set everything up for auto ordering. So now you should have an eBay account with 1,000 items listed being tracked and monitored through Yably, and then Arbiship set up and automatically filling at least 80% of your orders. You do want to promote all your listings. So let's see how these guys are doing here. All right, so 400 more. It's not quite done listing, but I'll show you anyway. So what you're going to do, go to Marketing, Promoted Listings, and this is essentially just going to give you your items an extra boost and just give you an extra edge off everybody else that's dropping shipping. So you're going to go create your first campaign, select listings in bulk, and now, like I said, this is only showing 4 items here, so we want it to show 1,000. So you want to do this 24 hours after you've listed everything, but you're just going to check the top box and just select everything. Okay, it looks like we got a couple more there, but not, you want to make sure you have all of your 1,000 selected. And then we're just going to hit continue. And we're going to say apply the same rate to all listings and just set it at 3% because that just seems to be the best. Some people promote at 1%, some people promote really high, and you can play around with it if you want, but 3% seems to work really well because you get an edge over those people who are just lowballing, and, it just gives you a little bump over the people that are just doing 1% or something like that. Then you hit continue, and bada bing, bada boom, give it a name, 3%. Agree to the terms, launch, and bam, that's going to run ads. So basically the way that it works is you still have your normal listings, but this basically is just a way for eBay to do extra promoting above and beyond to try to get you more sales. And if if someone clicks on one of the ads that they run and buys the item, then you pay an extra 3%. We've already left enough wiggle room and stuff in here that we're going to be fine. So it's not like that's going to really affect us much at all. But it is going to get you more sales.